us come from cloud native environment, and now we are looking at LLMs purely from a technology perspective and the excitement around it. Where do you see cloud native and LLM meet? What is that inflection point where cloud native can take advantage of LLMs?
I think there's a couple of places. One, which I've been, kind of what led me into this is, as I was mentioning, I came from Kubernetes, and then I felt like the Kubernetes problem had been largely solved, like we established it into a standard, and the next level was really kind of improving the developer experience. So I was very focused in my last 3 years at Google. I was very focused on developer experience, and one of the things that I was looking at, and I think is extremely important, is using machine learning to automate this process of writing code, and actually improve the developer productivity overall. Really kind of, I think, well, I mean, there's no question Microsoft is the one that has come out with the first solution here, and coined the term co-pilot. Really, I feel like, of course, AI has the ability to be a co-pilot for your life, as you mentioned, for many different aspects of your life. But one of the most exciting one for us, I think, as technical folks that have come from the cloud native world, is in the engineering discipline. And I think the generative AI can be used to enhance developer productivity in many different ways. One of the ways, of course, is in writing code, in making code more secure, in the entire DevOps process of, not just writing, but also reviewing and updating and checking in, and maybe even moving it to production. That's one aspect. The other aspect is running applications and detecting whether your application is running as it should, and maybe developing an idea of where it might fail, and when it does fail, what are the steps that need to be taken. So this whole planning of you know um, the uptime and maintenance of applications. This is another area where generative AI can have a huge impact, and it's just starting. There's not well adopted solutions here, but there's a lot of innovation happening in sort of DevOps and kind of the SRE function, and I'm very excited about
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Um, yeah.
So on that note, I just want to share one of my recent experiments. So I took the standard logs that the Kubernetes control plane and kubelet emit, and I created a JSON-L data set with the commands to remediate, and I trained one of the LLMs. So basically, you throw an error that Kubernetes generates, and it comes back with the explanation and also the kubectl command to remediate. So it was fascinating to see how the SRE DevOps world meets LLM.
Yes.
So you're spot on. I think this is going to be disrupting the observability and SRE world altogether, all
Yes.
completely,
Yes.
from the ground up.
I think it's a very positive thing. I think it's a very positive change. It's going to be quite interesting to see what these agents can do, because these are areas where I think, a greater level of automation and intelligence could be quite valuable. Um, the other piece is, uh, aside from SRE and DevOps, I think generative AI has a role to play also in writing of applications. So right now we are getting snippets, code snippets, and you can give GPT-4 your code. It will tell you what the error is, or it will rewrite it. But again, going back to enterprises have lots of legacy code, lots of code that isn't running very efficiently, maybe isn't even possible to port to the cloud. No one is actually maintaining it. People don't know what it does, right? Think about generative AI's capability and potential in that environment, right, where it's not cost effective to rewrite it ourselves. But what if you had a generative AI agent that could effectively rewrite that code, redesign that code in a way that would make it more efficient and scalable? I think that would be a huge, huge value add. I remember when I was at NetApp, and our management software was, it was legacy, and it was not scalable, and we had outages at our customers, and we had to take time, like we had to take a year to rewrite the platform. It was massive. It was so disruptive to our business, right? And that's why people don't do it. If something is working, okay, maybe we don't know how it works, but let it be, right? That's a lot of things in enterprise software. So I think generative AI, over the next couple of years, has the promise to really help modernize applications. So that's another. I think this is just like web technologies, right? It has broad broad applicability, wide ranging impact, not of course in our area of cloud native, but not only that, obviously. I mean, it's a very broad technology.